Hello folks, welcome back to BS Rugby and welcome to our first watch along of the weekend, which sees Leinster host Ospreys down at the RDS. I hope you're all doing well on this Saturday. You've not been blown away yet. I hope everyone is keeping safe. Welcome in if you're here for the first time. If you're just joining the stream, please do hit the like button. Massively helps the video to get out there to other folks. Of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And we're going to be doing another watch on tomorrow as well with a guest on. So yeah, really excited for this one. Hope everyone is doing well and enjoying their Saturday. Hey Richard, hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. It's going to be a great game. Let's hope so. Weather is good, so should be a good game. Let's hope so. Indeed, we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. We had a couple of technical difficulties that we had to get sorted, but we are all right now anyway. Hope everyone is okay. How is everyone today? Not been blown away, I hope. The weather has been a bit of a challenge, hasn't it, today for some folks? But no, looking forward to this game. Really looking forward to this. Obviously, I'm an Ospreys fan, so I'm hoping for a performance at least at Leinster. It's going to be a tough old game playing Leinster, but let's hope that we can see something positive from this team. Let me just get this shared out. Are there still COVID measures out in Ireland? The RDS looks very quiet. Certainly not full down there. And there we go. That's all the technical jargon done. All right, then. Let's see how we get on. Cardiff did it, buddy. I'm sure Ospreys can grind it out. I mean, let's hope so. Obviously, the Cardiff game yesterday was postponed due to the weather. So that game was called off. I'm quite surprised Ospreys managed to fly out from Swansea to Dublin, considering the weather yesterday. But we will wait and see. In the meantime, anyway, let's have a look at the two teams. Make sure, by the way, to vote in the poll. Let me know who you're backing to win today and what you think the result is going to be. So these are the two teams. This is how Leinster line up. Jimmy O'Brien plays at fullback. Jordan Larmour is on the wing alongside Dave Carney, with Jamie Osborne and Harry Byrne playing in the centres. Ross Byrne is at 10. Luke McGrath is at 9. Then in the front row, we have Cian Healy. We have James Tracy and Michael Alalotoa. In the back, in the lock, sorry, we have Ross Maloney and Ryan Baird. And then we have Martin Maloney, Scott Penny and Max Deegan in the back row, with Cronin, Dooley, Clarkson, Dunn, Ruddock, McCarthy, O'Loughlin and James Lowe on the bench. If you have a look at how the Ospreys line up, this is how we line up. I will be saying we today because I am an Ospreys fan at the end of the day. Dan Evans starts at fullback with Keelan Giles and Luke Morgan on the wings. Kieran Williams and Michael Collins start in the centre. Stephen Mylan, Reece Webber at 10 and 9. That's actually a really strong back line. In the front row, we have Nicky Smith, Sam Parry and Tom Bota, with Bradley Davis and Will Griffiths playing in the locks. Ethan Roots, Harry Deeves and Morgan Morris are the back row options, with Elvis Tyone, Hodrie Jones, Reece Henry, Lloyd Ashley, Dan Lydiard is back for the first time in over a year, Ruben Morgan Williams, Gareth Anscombe released from Wales, and then Tian Thomas Wheeler then playing on the bench. So do let me know your thoughts on those teams. Let me know what you make of them. And the two teams will be out shortly. All measures are gone here in Dublin. Games don't get full unless it's a derby or European game in the audience. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just surprised at the lack of fans. Usually the Irish sides usually do manage to sell out their games pretty well. The Ospreys are out. They are in their white away kit. And it's going to be a challenge. There's absolutely no denying that. Today is going to be a very, very big challenge. It's going to be a real challenge today to get anything from this match, to be honest. I'd be surprised if we managed to do that. To be honest, I would take a losing bonus point. I really would. I'm not sure, Barry, if it'd be that bad. I actually think the Ospreys back line is looking pretty good on the whole. Again, it's in the forwards. We've got to get parity with this pack. We have to get parity up front, and that is where I'm pretty concerned about it. But we'll have to wait and see. I couldn't find my Ospreys jersey anyway, so I'm wearing just a normal top today. But tomorrow we're going to do Dragons against Ulster tomorrow, and Stephen is going to jump on as he's a Ulster fan. So let me know your predictions in the chat. How do you see this one going? It is live on S4C for those who are interested. RTE2 out in Ireland, and also, of course, on Premier Sports. And we are ready to get going here. The referee is Andrew Brace, who is Irish, which is interesting. But we are ready to go. Let me just get the banner sorted. And Ospreys in their white, as I said, kicking us off here. And we will see how this one goes. There we go. All right. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So line out to the Ospreys just inside their own 10-metre line here. Won by Ethan Roots. Webb gets it out into the forwards here. Ospreys trying to get out here. And it will be Stephen Myler who clears it downfield, but it's comfortable. I think what Ben says here from Rock and Roll Rugby, target the breakdown hard. We've got to get a parity at least in that area. We've always spoken about it, myself and Ben, about the speed of ball that Leinster can get. And you have to slow that down. You've just got to slow it down. If you don't really stand a chance, to be honest. So you've got to manage to slow it down. So line out to Leinster from that kick away from Myler. The driving maul is set up. And they do start to go through their backs now. Leinster coming forward. Luke McGrath playing at 9. Someone who's never really been involved in the Irish setup, has he? I mean, if Cooney's not getting in, I don't think he really stands a chance, to be honest. I think James Lowe should start against Italy. Depends how fit he is. Depends how much game time he gets today, doesn't it? It really does. Leinster here looking pretty dangerous already. Oh, and he's ran straight through there. Forward as well. And Leinster already are looking pretty threatening here, but it's gone forward. But Ospreys penalised, I think. Bradley Davis there. Penalised at the breakdown. It's James Lama who gets the ball out to Frawley. And then it's just lovely work there. I mean, it's awful tackling from the Ospreys. I think Bradley Davis is penalised, potentially. So about 3 minutes into this one. And Leinster, yeah, so Ospreys penalised there. Leinster going for the post. Chance for Ross Byrne to get the first points of the game. And again, just speed of ball. We've spoken about it already, but it is going to be a big issue for the Ospreys today. As Ross Byrne adds the 3 points. And so Leinster lead here by 3 points to 0 early on. And 3 points to 0 it is. So Stephen Myler to get us back underway. Again, the Ospreys have not had any possession really in the Leinster half yet. Not one bit of possession, I don't think. So it's going to be really tough today. It really is going to be tough. I didn't actually give my prediction. I think Leinster are going to win by 10 to 15, to be honest. That's my prediction. If I had to make one. It's a little bit scrappy at the minute, ball bouncing everywhere. But Ospreys do finally have a bit of possession here. Chance to go through the forwards. So Webb marshals them. Gets it out to Myler. Myler into Bradley Davis, who carries. Ball is there for Webb. Decent speed of ball. Chance here. Kevin Williams. Tackled inside the Leinster half. Come on, Webb, hurry up. Get it out, mate. Webb really slow at the breakdown. Myler trying the little chip over the top. Oh, where's that going? Oh, chance here. Get it out wide. Oh, why was there a back row in that position there? Ospreys with the ball then in the 22. Some positive stuff here going through the phases. Still with possession here. Ball goes out wide, but then I think it's been knocked on. And silly mistake there from the Ospreys. It's Ethan Root to that mullet. It's a lovely kick over the top from Myler. It's a lucky bounce, yes, but I think it's Michael Collins who's the first to react to it. He pops it up really nicely there. Ospreys go through the phases, but eventually losing the ball, knock on there from Ethan Roots on the ground, which is just a bit of a silly one, to be honest. But scrum here then to Leinster just inside the 22. 6 minutes gone. Ospreys looking like they've come to play, which is good. So first scrum of the game as well. Interesting to see how this one goes. And we'll have a reset, which is always good fun. So we'll have the reset. It is literally just inside the Leinster 22. So interesting to see whether Leinster will look to play this or they'll just kick it and get rid of it. Do have two other games later today. We've actually got Glasgow against Benetton, and also we've got Scarlets against Connacht. A penalty to Leinster at the scrum. Ospreys penalised. Not driving straight, I don't think, is the penalty. Oh no, sorry, bringing the scrum down. So chance for Leinster to get out there 22. And last night, obviously, we had Munster beating Edinburgh by 34 points to 20. So Munster looking pretty strong. Edinburgh's slowly, falling away at the minute. Obviously lost against Ospreys and now have lost against Munster. I mean, you can understand the Munster loss. Chance here for Leinster, though. Again, ball is just so available for them every single time. Chance here, Harry Byrne puts boot to ball. It's not a bad kick from him, and he goes all the way out. It will be an Ospreys line out, but on our own 5-metre line. So Harry Byrne noticing, sorry, not Harry Byrne, Jimmy O'Brien, sorry, noticing the spacing behind and putting boot to ball. And there will be a line out. So pressure on this line out. Got to get it right. Schools Rugby is in full-flown Leinster, and a player to look out for in the future is Zach Bird. I will keep an eye out on him, see if he can be the next one to be coming through. I mean, the Leinster Academy is just so successful, isn't it? And even if the players aren't, completely quite at the level to play for Leinster, they're spread out over the provinces, and they tend to make decent players. Look at Tyg Burns, someone released by the Leinster Academy when he was 14 or 15, picked up by Munster eventually, and now look at him, he's just signed a new deal, probably one of the best in his position in the world at the minute, but it all benefits the national side. Dave Carney from that line out. Ospreys cleared him, but chance here for Leinster on the right-hand side. Frawley carries well. McGrath gets it out. Here comes the big ball carriers now. Have Ospreys managed to turn that one over? I think they have. We have as well. And Webb tries to kick it away. Charged down by Leinster. We've just given them the possession straight back. Lovely hands. Harry Byrne there. I think a penalty to Leinster. Yes, it is. And Webb there, with his experience, should know. Just he tries to kick it here, and you can understand to an extent why he's trying to do it, but he should really be more aware of who's around him there. And there might have even been a chance to counter there. It's a lovely run from Jimmy O'Brien. But Ospreys were really not helping ourselves. Like stupid penalties in areas that you just can't afford to give penalties where they're very kickable areas. It'll be interesting to see what Leinster decide to do with this position. I mean, they're just inside the 22. Go for the corner or they could take the point. So interesting to see how they decide to go on this one. Alan Latoa is going to have to go off here. I think he's got a bit too much blood coming out. So blood replacement. Yeah, so Cian Healy has come on, I think. It looks like Leinster are going to go to the corner here, which they are. So they're going to back their driving more, which you wouldn't want to bet against it too much. So line out to Leinster, about pretty much 5 metres out here. 10 minutes gone. Leinster 3, Ospreys 0. Line out 1. And this looks pretty ominous from an Ospreys perspective. It's actually turned illegally, though, and advantage to Leinster 2 metres out here. And we'll come back for the penalty. And is the referee going to have a word with the captain? I mean, that's 3 or 4 penalties in the 22. Sorry, Clarkson is on Fowler Latoa in the front row. It's going to be an interesting... He is going to have a word with Rhys Webb here. He's 3 or 4 penalties in the 22, which is always not a good idea to be doing that. And again, Leinster are going to go to the corner. Did I watch the Ireland vs France game? I didn't, because I was watching the Wales-Scotland under-20s game at the same time. I heard that Ireland won with the last play of the game. Very impressive to get a result out in France. And we have an extra ball on the pitch, apparently. I'm not too sure what happened there. I'm just going to redo the line out. So line up to Leinster again, 5 metres out. A little bit more static this time from Leinster. It begins to go forward now. One peels off the back, but good defence from the Ospreys. Ryan Baird carries. Still there, slow for them. Cian Healy tries to go forward. Good defence from the Ospreys so far, holding them out here. Got to keep your discipline as well, though. Again, not really going anywhere, Leinster here. I mean, they are 5 metres out, but they're not really going anywhere. Oh, now they begin to move. They're about a metre out here. One big shove and they're over. Oh, is that a deliberate knock on? It's an advantage. And I think this might be a yellow. I think we might be... Is this a deliberate knock on or has he slapped it down? I'm not sure. I'm quite surprised that they're not going to have a look at this. I'm not sure who the culprit is either. I don't know about that, actually. I'm not sure what the referee is going to decide on that. And there's a potential neck roll here as well from Reece Webb. This could be bad. I think they could look at this. James Tracy, a neck roll, and James Tracy from Reece Webb peels off the back of the maul. I don't know if they're actually going to have a look at this. If I was a Leinster fan, I'd want them to look at that. It doesn't look like they are going to. It's going to be a scrum, though, to Leinster. 5 metres out, though. Huge scrum, this. Oh, ball is out. Ospreys pounce, sorry. Have they managed to turn this one over? No, it's still there for Leinster. But making a bit of a mess of it there, Leinster were. But penalty to the Ospreys at the breakdown. Off his feet. Definitely will take that. I mean, I personally think there should have been a yellow card in that sequence and one of those issues. But take it. Ospreys have held Leinster out. And a chance for Stephen Myler to clear it downfield. 13.5 minutes gone. Still Leinster leading by 3 points to 0. Has he kept that in? No, he's reached touch. It's a very good kick from Stephen Myler. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, he's off his feet, Tracy there. So line out to the Ospreys then on the halfway line, smack bang on the middle of it. And the Ospreys have somehow managed to lose it. So the possession we do manage to get, we managed to lose it. Leinster here, though, with the ball just inside their own half. That's the thing around Leinster. You've got to just protect your possession so much. And there's a chance to go wide here. McGrath feeds it into his big forwards. Penalty at the breakdown, though. This time, once again, for the Ospreys. Both teams discipline costing them here. Hey, Karma Peach, hope you're doing well in Switzerland, mate. How's the weather over there? Over here, I'm sure you've heard about the storms. How's the crack? I'm very well. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Hope you're doing okay. Oh, I am tired, though. I am tired. So line up to the Ospreys on the 10-metre line here. I mean, to only be 3-0 down and to have had moments in the game where we've had a bit of possession here and there, but we just got to protect our possession a lot more. We win that line out. Reece Webb fires it out. It's a really poor pass from Webb. Really poor pass. It's way too low. And the Ospreys just inside their own half. Still have the ball, though. Dry but cold. Good, good. Do you have much snow around, though? This time of year? It's still February, so it's still pretty cold. Surely he's offside, ref. Never mind, then. Kicked away by Webb. Well taken by Jimmy O'Brien. Leinster with possession here. Penalty to Leinster at the breakdown. Ospreys off their feet. I'm not sure who's been penalised. I think it's Keelan Giles who's been penalised. Yeah, not moving out, not rolling away. So chance for Leinster to clear it downfield. Look, the problem with us at the minute with Ospreys, we're giving Leinster too many easy exits. You know, you're either at your own line out losing the ball and giving them the possession straight away, or you're doing something stupid at the breakdown. Leinster haven't had to do much yet for their success in this game. Still only 3-0 though, 16.5 minutes gone. This is looking dangerous. Jordan Lama off his wing. Tackle by Kieran Williams. Advantage. Oh no, knocked on, sorry, by Leinster. So it'll be a scrum to the Ospreys. Lots of errors in this game so far. It's not been a free-flowing game whatsoever. First time we've really seen Jordan Lom and Dave Carney come off their wings and get involved in the game. Couple of players getting some checks. Kieran Williams, one of them, getting a couple of checks on him. I think from an Ospreys perspective so far, I think you've got to be kind of okay with it. I mean, we haven't really been in the game, but we're only 3-0 down. When we've had the ball and managed to retain possession, we've looked okay. Defensively, we've looked fairly solid. I know I'm speaking, it's very early on, but yeah, not bad. Not bad. Oh my God. So tired. We're nearing halfway in this first half. So scrum to the Ospreys. First time Ospreys will have a chance to feed the scrum. The game has been very, very scrappy so far. Reece Webb will feed the scrum though. That scrum was always turning. They're going to have a reset. Let's have a look at more of your comments. In the Alps, but I live beside Lake Geneva. Very nice part of the world. I've never been in Switzerland for a long period of time. I've driven through Switzerland when I went to Austria. I've driven through there, but I've never, spent a considerable amount of time there. Poor from Leinster. It's poor from both sides, really. I mean, I think what Ospreys want is the game to get scrappy all over the place, but disrupt the rhythm of Leinster. I think we're doing that pretty well at the minute. But you've got to create something yourself if you want to get a result. You've got to create something yourself. So another scrum here. Penalty at the scrum for the Ospreys, though. Leinster penalised again, and an opportunity for the Ospreys to send this one down the field, hopefully. Cian Healy, I think, has been... Yeah, that's pretty obviously Cian Healy there. So, I mean, nearly 20 minutes gone. Chance, Milo needs to find touch, and we need to win the ball. And what I want to see is just go through a few phases. Keep the ball. Just go through a few phases. Be patient with it. Stop trying to think that we have to do everything so quickly. Just be patient with it. We're only 3-0 down. So Stephen Myler finds touch on the 10-metre line out to the Ospreys. Really got to get this ball right now. Well taken. All right, here we go. Good line from, I think that was Dan Evans actually popping up from fullback, and Ospreys have knocked it on. Oh, honestly, a chance here for Leinster now. We've not had any possession for about 10 minutes, and we knock it on. Brilliant stuff. Ball out wide here, though. Chance for Leinster on the counter. Good tackle on Jimmy O'Brien. Ryan Baird into Cian Healy. Ball is there for Leinster. There's a chance if they can get this wide. It's a 3-on-2. Jordan Lama in off his wing. Throws it out here to Dave Carney. He's tackled. Leinster have made probably about 40 metres here. A little bit of hesitation there from Ryan Baird. Looks like you got family all over the place, Carver Peach. Oh, a lovely pass out the back. Leinster approaching the 22 here. Oh, it's half a break. Right into the 22 now. Ball comes out to the backs. Kieran Fawley fires it into his man in the middle. Harry Byrne. Lil Grubber attempt through. Is he going to get there? I think he's going to get there. I think Jordan Lama scored. I think he's got there. It's a really good finish if he's got there. I think he's got there. It's a lovely kick through. The only thing that I can think that might be wrong with that is the offside. Was he ahead of the kicker? But I'm really clutching at straws here, I think. Let's have a look. I think Leinster have got their first try. It's a lovely offload from Ross Byrne. I'm not sure if it's completely intentional, but it works. Now, this is it. Is he in front of him? No, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, Reece Webb is jogging back, which is shocking. To be honest, he should be sprinting back there. I mean, that's poor from Webb. He needs to be sprinting there. But the try stands is a really good try. Leinster get their first try of the game. Leinster lead here by 8 points to 0. If you're just joining, folks, please do like the stream, subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure to follow as well. So chance here for Ross Byrne to add the 2 points. 21.5 minutes gone. Yeah, he was onside, wasn't he? I was clutching at straws, to be honest. Oh, Ross Byrne's missed the kick. He's hit the post. So we remain at 8 points to 0. I mean, it's just basic errors from the Ospreys. When we do get the ball, we're not treating the possession that we have with the respect that it needs. You know, you've got to be patient. You've got to understand that, you know, you have the ball, just protect it, just go through a few phases, don't try anything silly. And that Lama try, it's a brilliant finish from Lama. It's a lovely kick from, I think it's Harry Byrne. He's kicked it through. I might be wrong in saying that. But you've got to be sprinting back to that ball. You can't jog thinking it's going to go dead. But we have restarted again, and Leinster sending the ball high. It will bounce down. I think that's come off a Leinster man, but I think Ospreys have got it. So an advantage from the knock-on inside the Leinster half here. And we do have a bit of possession here. And I don't mind this. Just go through a few phases. If it doesn't work, just kick it up. But just be patient with the ball that we have. Ball comes out here to Ethan Roots on the right-hand side. Tackled just on the 10-metre line. Luke Morgan. Now Webb fires it out. Myler. 5 phases deep here. And Webb decides to kick. And, well, it's a shocking kick, if I'm being totally honest. And we're going to have a bit of a kicking battle here, I think. As Luke Morgan goes for a little run. Tackled, though, just on the 10-metre line. I think Leinster have turned that over, and they have. And they'll get the penalty as well. And just isolated there. You can see Ryan Baird's over him. Cian Healy's over him. And there's one Ospreys man trying to help him. He's the smallest man on the pitch. Leinster going for the corner again, though. I mean, if they get... I mean, next score is so important. If Leinster get another try now, I mean, the scoreboard could start racking up. Let's have a look at more of your comments. Can Wales beat the old enemy? Yes, we can beat them. Of course, we can beat England. Will we? It's a whole other topic. There'll be loads of content over the next week, building up to next weekend, Six Nations. And I have been working on a very special video all about promotion and relegation. Chance here, though, for Leinster on the 5-metre line from that line out now. Coming through their big ball carriers. And it's slow, but it's there for the forwards. It's come out. Luke McGrath has it. Is there a gap there for Luke McGrath? Yes, there is. And Leinster have their second try of the game. And now it is Leinster leading by 13 points to 0. Luke McGrath spots the gap. The Ospreys are all over the place defensively. And, well, Leinster lead here by 13 points to 0. 25 minutes gone. It's from the line out. It's one. Instead of going for the maul, they fake the maul in a way. Set up. Kieran Frawley comes on a big line. Beats the first defender, which is pretty poor defence. Ball bounces loose and goes backwards. And it's a lovely step from Luke McGrath, 5 metres out, and he crashes over. And you think Ross Byrne from here would certainly get the conversion. So Leinster lead here by 13 points to 0. 15 minutes to go until half time. So yeah, Wales can beat England. Of course they can. But it's going to be very, very difficult. They are going to check the way this ball bounces, whether it goes forward. Barry Power heading nice is 50 points. You might be right, mate. You might be right on that now. They are going to check this. Does this ball go forward at any point in this motion? I mean, it's been knocked forward by an Ospreys man, if anything, I think. I don't think there's anything wrong. It's been knocked on by an Ospreys man. There's nothing wrong with that. That's going to count. Twice it's been knocked on by an Ospreys player. And I think this is going to count. There's nothing wrong with this, I don't think. Unless is that dropped by... I don't know. I'm not really sure what's going on here. No, try's been called off. No try. Wow. Okay, I don't know if I agree with that. But no try to Leinster, so it remains 8-0. Can't say if I truly agree with that. But it's going to be a scrum. 5 meters out then. That's a big thing for the Ospreys there. I mean, if we're to have any chance in this game, we've got to hold them out until half time or at least get something on the board. But we haven't looked like really doing anything yet. But big scrum here, scrum, 5 meter scrum. Leinster to put the ball in because it was knocked on by Ospreys first. And we'll have a lovely reset of the scrum. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. I have a season ticket, but I woke up to all the weather this morning, gave them to my mate. Annoying. Never been to the RDS. To be honest, I've only been to Thomond Park. I need to head over soon. Before the end of the season, I'll try and head over. If not this season, it'll definitely be next season and watch a few games. So scrum, 5 meter scrum here. Oh, that scrum's gone straight down. I think that's an Ospreys man who's brought it down. It is as well. And it's going to be a penalty to Leinster. Yeah, that was pretty obvious that was on the Ospreys side of things. Interested to see what they do for me. Are they going to go for another scrum or what are they going to do? They've decided to tap and go. And this is where Leinster are just so strong from Ospreys. Have to try and hold them out here. It's not going to be easy. 2 meters out here. Going through the forwards. Chance. Is this a try? Advantage. If there's no try, there's certainly going to be a yellow. Has he got it down? He hasn't, but there is a yellow card for the Ospreys, and I think it's Ollie Griffiths who has been sent to the bin for the Ospreys, and the task has just got that much more difficult. Sorry, it's Morgan Morris who's been sent to the bin, the number 8. And again, Leinster just pick and go. They want that second try before half-time. I mean, half an hour in now, so it'd be incredible if Ospreys can hold them out here. It would be incredible, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Another advantage here. It feels like it's going to happen. Has he got it down? Yes, he has. He's got it down. It's Cian Healy who's bursted over the line. And Leinster do get their second try of the match. Cian Healy crashes over from 2-3 meters out. And Leinster do get that 13-point lead that they were craving. And Leinster lead by 13 points to 0. Let's have a look at some more of your comments. Cannot say who, but my mate's son playing for Ireland next week. Oh, you're in the know. You're a fair man, Brandon Refresher. I tried to be. Obviously, I'm going to support my team. I want Ospreys to win this game, but I will call it as I see it, and I'll be honest as much as I can. Cian Healy has got that try. Ospreys down to 14. Tickets can be between 30 to 60 euros. Not bad. 30 to 60 euros to watch Leinster play. That's pretty big. I know for the Ospreys, it's about 18 to £20 a game, which is still pretty extortionate. And I mean, I don't actually live all that. I mean, I'm pretty far away from Swansea. Rossburn has added the 2 points. So it is now Leinster 15, Ospreys 0. It's game over, really, if I'm going to be totally honest. There we go. Kevin, hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're well and enjoying the rugby this weekend. Hope you're staying safe with the weather, of course. Yeah, so I don't actually live that close to Swansea. I actually live in North Wales, so the closest amount of rugby that I can see really is the under-20s when they play up in North Wales. And the cost for tickets, I think it's about £16 for under-20, so that's not bad. If I wanted to go watch RGC, which is the semi-pro team that play in the Welsh Premiership, I think they're about tenner. I think they're about a tenner. And if I want to go see Wales, I mean, you're looking at £100 easily there, which is just ridiculous. Ken Fish, hope you're doing well. Yep, 15 love. Absolutely. I mean, I'm an Ospreys fan, and it's been a poor performance. To be honest, defensively, for the first 20 minutes, we looked all right. But just recently, just making really stupid mistakes and not focusing. And then the pressure from Leinster inevitably comes through. How's the weather on my side? It was very, very windy yesterday. Wet this morning, but now it's just calmed down a lot, and it's just dark now, to be honest. As I said, I'm in North Wales, so I haven't had the worst of the weather. You know, I know South Wales has been battered pretty badly. So we saw the game last night. Cardiff Zebra called off. We were going to do a watch long for that, but that was called off. So we did the Rugby 22 stream. There's a chance here for Leinster, actually. There's some bodies out wide if they can get it there. For the Ospreys, just you can't afford to concede before half-time. Otherwise, the scoreboard really starts to rack up. Oh, lovely offload into Rossburn, into the 22, but it has been knocked on by Rossburn, and it will be a scrum to the Ospreys. Yeah, really important that Ospreys don't concede before half-time. If we do concede another one, then, I mean, I think it's game over anyway, if I'm being totally honest. But it makes it so much more difficult. And you're looking at the scoreboard really starting to tick up. Yeah, if you're going to go to regular, then you should just get a season ticket. Yeah, you should do. It's cheaper, isn't it? On the whole, definitely is cheap. Yeah. I can do you a trampoline for a good price, mate. The mother they were flying around yesterday. I'm not particularly surprised, to be honest. I mean... Yeah, it was pretty crazy, the wind yesterday. And, you know, it was good to see with the game that they made the call pretty early on. I think they made it on the Thursday night ahead of that game. That game was going to be cancelled. I don't know when Zebra were planning to fly in, because that's what they'd have done. They'd have flown in. I'm actually quite surprised that Ospreys even flew to Dublin, because they'd have flown yesterday. So I'm quite surprised that they actually flew in anyway. It is going to be a scrum to the Ospreys in their own 22. There's about 7 minutes to go until half-time. Big scrum for the Ospreys here. We've struggled over the last couple of scrums, to be honest, been penalised. So it is quite a big scrum, this. The Lions face Leinster next week. Poor old Lions. I think they've probably been the weaker of the 4 South African sides. Obviously, we saw in the week the news about that South Africa rumour. Obviously, Six Nations have come out and said that's not true. I did do a video on it, and a load of people checked it out, I think, because it's just such big news. Interesting with the 4 sides in. What do people think about them being allowed to play in Europe next season? It's an interesting one, isn't it? I don't know how I feel about it. My Wales ticket cost €85. England ticket was €120, and Scotland was 110. Wow. Okay, that's wait. Let me you Irish. Irish. So if what did you say it was? So let's say 120 euros is pretty much £100 in British money. Yeah. £100. It is crazy how much tickets cost these days. Look, Six Nations, most popular time of year for them. They're going to bump the prices up. We have had a reset of this scrum, by the way. It is turning. Ospreys managed to somehow get it out, but may have knocked it on here. It has been knocked on, and Ospreys just not helping ourselves here. And this is going to be a chance, another scrum here for Leinster, 5 metres out. We're just under so much pressure at this point. As I said, really important that we managed to hold them out here. 5 minutes to go until half time then. Scrum to Leinster, 5 metres. And we've been battered at the scrum, so I wouldn't be surprised if they drive themselves over from here, to be honest. And they've got the extra man, so there's always going to be that space somewhere. They just got to find it. So Luke McGrath to feed this one in. Massive scrum this, 4.5 minutes ago. Ospreys, of course, with that man in the bin. About 3 minutes left on that one. Penalty, though, to Ospreys. Early engagement from Leinster. What a let-off that is. We'll absolutely take it. All right, just kick it downfield, get some territory, go through a few phases and make it to half-time. That's all I want to see now. I don't want to see anything silly. Just keep it simple. That there is a massive moment. I'm not saying we're going to go on and win the game now, but it just gives us a bit of breathing space, because defending for what? Probably we've defended there for about 20-odd minutes, to be honest. So this is going to be a chance. Well, not 20 minutes, probably like 15, but chance to just go through a few phases. I did spend double on a New Zealand ticket, but it was worth it. It was because it was gold dust for ticket. I guess for those big moments, you understand that. And obviously, as an Irish fan, you have experience of beating New Zealand. So you know that going into that game that you stood a chance. You've been playing really well. New Zealand, obviously, had been shown particular cracks in the Rugby Championship, I felt. So it was pretty exciting. I mean, what a game that was. Lovely little kick here from Luke McGrath, looking for the space. Where's that ball going to bounce? And Rhys Webb has had to run it off. And it's going to be a 5-metre line out again to Leinster here. Pressure really on now. It was the first full house since Wales before COVID. Yeah, that was a long time ago now, wasn't it? It's good to see fans back, though, isn't it? Really good to see fans back. Although some countries don't get that full stadium. I mean, I know in France, there's still some measures, and in Italy as well. Line out taken, one, though, of course. Leinster going for the driving maul here, and I think they're just going to push themselves over. But it has come down legally, apparently, so they'll go through the phases here, and it's decent defence from the Ospreys. And Leinster, 2 minutes to go in this first half. If we can hold them out here, that'd be a heck of a defensive shift. And you got to worry, how much does that take out on the players physically? And they're literally right on the line now. Feels pretty inevitable here. Have they managed to get it down there? Is that down? Is that down? Don't know if someone's managed to get his arms under it. I think we're going to have a look at this. I'm not sure if they've managed to get this down. Question mark is, has he got it down or has it been held up? I think it's been held up. It has been held up. So it's going to be the Ospreys who are going to take a in-goal dropout. Morgan Morris is back on, so he's served his 10 minutes. minute and 10 seconds to go. So if you're Ospreys, I think you just boot this as far as you can. Couple of players receiving some treatment. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Six Nations without fans isn't right. Absolutely. You know, the fans with Six Nations in it is what makes it, isn't it? It's so good to have fans watching games and making the atmosphere. I think we saw the amount of impact that can make on their teams, you know, with Wales, obviously. So it's always good to have them back. I'm not going to be able to get to any games, unfortunately, over the next over this course of this Six Nations. So tickets are just ridiculous price, and I live on the other side of the country. It's not feasible. Leinster have knocked it on here, so scrum to the Ospreys on the 10-metre line in their own half. Again, I wonder what we're going to do here. If we're just going to try and work that clock down as much as possible to get us to half-time. I mean, there were only 30 seconds. If you're talking to your front row, you're saying just go down once, we'll reset, we'll get the ball out, and then we'll kick it off. Fans in sport are the lifeblood of the game. Ken, you're absolutely right. In any sport, it's true. It's what makes it. And players have spoken about it, have they, in all different sports, about the challenges of not having fans. Morgan Morris picks it up. Ospreys looking to play here, which is pretty surprising. We are into the red here now, half-time. Ospreys still looking to play, which I'm quite surprised by. If I'm Webb here, you're just kicking it off because I think we just need to get into half-time. I don't want to risk anything here. As Webb bursts through, though. Reece Webb trying to put the grubber through for Keelan Giles. He's not going to get there, though. And out of nowhere, Ospreys turning it on. But it was knocked on, I think, in that build-up there. Not sure by who. But I don't think it matters because I think that is going to be half-time. Yes, it is. Ospreys there, half a chance. Reece Webb with a clean break. Went for the grubber. Didn't quite work. But at half-time, it is Ospreys 0. Leinster leading by 15 points now. Folks, I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, but I will be back to discuss that first half and watch the second half with you in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Make sure that if you're enjoying that, you've subscribed, that of course you've liked the video. If you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on Facebook, that you follow and like as well. It massively helps and helps to get the stream out there. I will be back in a few minutes, so make sure, as I said, that you like. Get your comments in as well. I'll be really interested to hear your thoughts on the game so far. All right, I'll be back in a second. In this fixture, I hope you are enjoying the watch along. If you are, please do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. It's completely free to do, and there is so much content coming out over the next few weeks with the Six Nations. Make sure as well that you follow me on all of my social media. It's all linked in the description. You can follow me there and keep up to date on everything that I post. I post all the time and give you updates on all things rugby. If you'd like to support the channel financially, that'd be massively appreciated, but there's absolutely no pressure to do so. You can do that via Super Chat, and you can do that in the live chat on YouTube. Not long to go now, though. We'll be back in a second. Make sure to keep it going in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on the game so far. It is now half time in this fixture. I hope you are enjoying the watch along. If you are, please do hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. It's completely free to do, and there is so much content coming out over the next few weeks with the Six Nations. Make sure as well that you follow me on all of my social media. It's all linked in the description. You can follow me there and keep up to date on everything that I post. I post all the time and give you updates on all things rugby. If you'd like to support the channel financially, that'd be massively appreciated, but there's absolutely no pressure to do so. You can do that via Super Chat, and you can do that in the live chat on YouTube. Not long to go now, though. We'll be back in a second. Make sure to keep it going in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on the game so far. All right, we are back. We are back. It is half time, and Leinster leading by 15 points to 0. That is the current score. We'll have a look at the stats as well. I just want to share something with you folks. I think that you will enjoy. That's always good fun. I have had the pleasure of recently, over the last few days, I've been working on a video around the Six Nations and around promotion and relegation and getting different fans' opinion on it. So I've had a Scotsman, I put my opinion on there, as a Welshman, but a Georgian on there. And today I recorded with 2 Italians who run a fantastic blog, and they do a podcast all about Benetton and Italian rugby. We also spoke quite a bit about football in there as well, but that's how the conversation sometimes goes. And it was really, really good to chat with them. They recently did an article on Italian rugby and the situation with Italian rugby, and it did the rounds on Twitter. So I'm going to share it with you. If I can share my screen, if I can find it. Here it is. So this was the article. Is that in English? Yes, it is good. Okay, let me share my screen and have a look and see what you think. Share screen. Yes, yes. Oh gosh, where have I got rid of it? Why have I done that? I'm an idiot. There it is. Okay, cool. All right, let me share this with you. And I'll drop a link in the chat as well. So this was written by Matteo, who works with and runs this blog called Leonardo Fiori, and it's all about the Italian. It's all about the Italian. Jesus, go away. The Italian rugby and how the challenges and the history behind it, and obviously everyone asking about them in the Six Nations, stuff like that. I'm going to drop a link in the chat now. Make sure to go and have a read of it, because it's a really fascinating read. It did the rounds on Twitter recently, and I got in touch with them, and I spoke to Matteo and Danilo as well. They're huge rugby fans, Italian rugby fans, and it was a really interesting to get their thoughts. I've recorded quite a long podcast actually with them, and that is going to drop on the audio platforms only tomorrow night. So that's going to be out tomorrow night. I'll post on the community tab once it's out, and I'll put it on Facebook as well, so you can check it out. The other thing as well, I will be then cutting that down, and I'll be including the bits from Georgian rugby fans, Scotland rugby fans, my opinions, the Irish rugby fans on the promotion and relegation. That video will come out next week at some point. But do go and give this Italy rugby article a read. Fantastic work from Matteo there. Make sure to give it a read. It's really worth a read. It's really interesting. So after the game tonight, if you got the Scarlet's Connacht game on in the background, if you got Benetton Glasgow on in the background, just have a quick read through it. It's brilliant. It's in English, so you can read it, and you can actually translate their page into English if you want to. So it's there. Do give it a read, because it's really fascinating. So as I said, full podcast of that is going to come out tomorrow night, and then the video of promotion relegation then will be out on on Tuesday. And then we're going to be just building up towards the Six Nations, because obviously we've got Wales against England, which is a pretty big game. We've got Ireland against Italy on Sunday. And of course, we've got France, Scotland on Saturday lunchtime. So we're doing watch logs probably for all the games, to be honest. But just a heads up. So please do have a read of that. It's really good. Follow them on Twitter as well. It's always a good. It's always good to support others. Right, Ospreys are coming out. I will actually drop a link to the guys' Twitter as well for everything they do. Really worth a listen. And really worth a follow as well. They're really, really interesting. So do follow them as well. There we go. All right, both teams are out for the second half. Ospreys trailing by 15 points to 0. I mean, next score is crucial. Next score is absolutely crucial. If Leinster score first, it is game over. If Ospreys can get a score, we can make it interesting. And don't forget, last season we won at the RDS. Josh Thomas with a score. Off we go then for the second half. Leinster leading by 15 points to 0. The Ospreys with it all to do in the second half. As always, make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Keep them coming in the chat. And ask any questions you want about any rugby stuff. As Reese Webb box kicks that one downfield. And it's going to be a bit of kick tennis, it looks like here. Dan Evans looks up and sends it down. Monster left boot on him. He might have kicked that a little bit too far, but it's comfortable for Ross Byrne, who looks up and sends it down as well. And he manages to reach touch, and it will be a line up to the Ospreys just on the halfway line. Alatoa is back on, by the way. He did get his head strapped up, stop the bleeding. Of course, Samoan international. Here come Leinster. Oh, knocked on though. Chance was there for Leinster. Chance here for the Ospreys potentially to counter-attack on the halfway line. Turned it over from the knock-on. Advantage being played. Is there space out wide into Michael Collins? Dan Evans. Oh, and Dan Evans has dropped it. Well then. It was knocked on by Harvey Byrne. The rain is actually pouring down now. It's Morgan Morris. Morgan Morris not having the greatest game. Is a yellow card and then a knock on. So scrum to Leinster just inside their own half here. Again, little mistakes just creeping in. Little mistakes creeping in. Thank you, Ken. That was really kind of you to say. Glad you're enjoying the commentary. And welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen your name around before, so welcome to the channel, pal. That was a forward pass. I was forward, but here come Leinster. Little grubber through, looking for Lama, and the kick just wasn't good enough. I thought that pass into the hands of Jimmy O'Brien was forward, but maybe that's just me being biased. Beautiful Irish weather back. It's just like Wales. It's just like Welsh weather. Yeah, it's pretty slippery out there, isn't it? It was lovely hands, though, there from Leinster. Oh, it's actually come off an Osprey's foot, the kick. Ah. It's Harvey Byrne. Pops it back into Ross Byrne. So brothers combining there nicely. And it will be a Leinster line out. Just realised I've deleted tomorrow's stream for some reason. So I'm just set up here quickly, ready for tomorrow. We're going to do Dragons against Ulster tomorrow. Kickoff's at 2, so we'll go live around 1:45. Stephen Somerville is going to join me. He's an Ulster fan. I'll put on a Dragons jersey just to make it a bit fair. I think that's what we'll have to do. Line out here, though, to Leinster. And it is 1. And again, you feel like Ospreys just need to settle into the game. They haven't done that at all, really, in the match. And to be honest, there's not been much flow to the game whatsoever. It's not been the greatest game. But on the whole, Ospreys have defended pretty well. It's an attack where they've been very just not looking after the possession at all. Very wasteful. Here come Leinster, though. Harry Byrne breaks through the tackle. Ospreys beginning to fall off some tackles here. Leinster just inside the 22 of Ospreys here. 5 phases in. And they're going through their forwards now. On the whole, it's decent defence here from the Ospreys, to be honest. Patience as well. Don't do anything silly. And a penalty, though, as I say that to Leinster. I think Keelan Giles penalised. What do Leinster do here? Offside. Keelan Giles there got caught out there. They're going for the corner. So they're backing themselves again. So 5-metre line out to Leinster. Ospreys penalised. Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, Ospreys penalised. Not making the gap big enough at the line out. Again, stupid penalty. Here come Leinster. Ospreys have turned it over. Knock on from Leinster. So Leinster giving away cheap possession now. Nice switch of play. Don't play too much in your own area, boys. Look up. Boot to ball. Good kick. Time here, though, for Jimmy O'Brien, who's been very quiet today, actually. I'm a huge fan of his. Tries a little kick over the top. Morgan Morris reacts to it, but his pass is wild. Luke Morgan does just about manage to regather it and will come back for the original penalty. Ospreys try and take it quickly, but it wasn't taken from the mark. And a chance here for Stephen Myler to send this one down. Cian Healy penalised, not sure for what, if I'm totally honest. Good kick by Myler, gets some good distance on that. Ospreys do in the line out just on the 10-metre line here. First real chance of the second half. Kieran Williams, very quiet game from him as well. Good hands from the Ospreys here. Finally getting over the gain line for the first time in the match. Stephen Myler, there's a chance to go out wide here. And again, knocked on by the Ospreys. And that was probably the best we've looked so far. It is indeed. It is, isn't it? Ross Byrne and Harry Byrne. Both brothers, of course. They got that telepathic understanding. Hope you're doing well, Sean. Good to see you in the chat, mate, as always. Ospreys just... There were moments where we looked very good. You know, where we're putting phases together. And there was a moment there where we're looking all right. But then there were moments where just we're looking good. We're doing well. And then we just knock it on. Knock on from both sides. Tommy Bowe played for the Ospreys. Yes, he did many moons ago. Tommy Bowe in the 14 jersey. Shane Williams in 11. Lee Byrne, that fullback. That was the back three. Great team, great Ospreys team. Should have probably won more with that team, to be honest. We won a couple of Celtic leagues. Remember, we won at Leinster in 2011. Shane Williams scoring on his last game. Dan Bigger slotting that conversion right out wide. But we really should have won more, to be honest, with the team that we had. Should have done more in Europe. Anyway, here are Leinster, though. Good hands as they begin to come forward. It's been pretty solid defence here from the Ospreys in the second half. We are 8.5 minutes into it. Leinster just recycling that ball so cleanly and so well. As I say, that Morgan Morris has turned it over. It's a brilliant turnover from Morgan Morris, the number 8 for Ospreys, getting his body low but staying on his feet. Lovely guy met with Adam Jones. Tommy Bowe presents, is it Ireland AM or whatever it's called now? He does like the morning show in Ireland, doesn't he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does, doesn't he? So I've never met him, so I couldn't say. I'm sure he is. He comes over. Think of it, Leinster did not peak as much in 2011 to nowadays. Yeah, true. I mean, Leinster's just this factory of players, you know, and the beauty about Leinster is it doesn't matter who steps in, they're a quality player, but they also understand the system very, very well. So they come in and they just slot in. You know, it's like a little it's like when you go to, I don't know how to describe it. It's going to sound very strange, but it's like when you go to like a shopping centre, something like that, and there's that place that you put your coin in and it turns the machine. It's like that. It just slots in and it still works. Shit analogy, but I think you know what I mean. Ospreys penalty, though, taking it quickly. Kieran Williams trying to break through. If Ospreys can get a try here, it makes it really, really interesting. And Leinster have not been on top form. And, oh, did I go backwards? Yes, he's a bit isolated. Get on with him, boys. Well in. Ball is there. Ospreys just outside the 22 here. 0 points on the board. So if we were to get a penalty, I'd be really interested to see what the decision-making is in terms of what we go for. We have been pushed back about 10 metres here. It's a hell of a defence from Leinster. Ball is still there, though, for the Ospreys. We've been pushed back about 15 metres. Good carry from Nicky Smith. Good hands. Oh, don't try and force it, boys. Ospreys trying to force it, and it will be a line out to Leinster just inside the Ospreys half. Just trying to force it too much there. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't panic. Dan Evans there was absolutely smashed by Harry Byrne. Ross Burns. Harry Byrne. Yeah, Harry Byrne. And there, lovely pass round the back, but it's just forced a little bit too much. Here come Leinster off that line out. Game has opened up a bit now. It's a bit more free-flowing. Both teams looking to go for it a bit more. Penalty, though. Oh, no, knock-on, sorry, from Leinster at the breakdown. So another knock-on. So scrum to the Ospreys. Half an hour to go in this one. Right, we're just getting this stream sorted for tomorrow. Apologies about this. For some reason I deleted it. Who knows why? There we go. Both teams tomorrow have picked quite strong sides, to be honest. So it should be quite a good game tomorrow. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Oh no, I need to change the time on that. Sunday 1:45. Oh, lovely hands from the Ospreys here. Ball comes out. Luke Morgan, who's been ridiculously quiet today, to be honest. I've hardly mentioned him, I don't think. Right, that's sorted anyway. I needed to do that. We'll come back for the original penalty that the Ospreys had there. Now, the penalty is pretty much bang on the halfway line. So I'm not sure what the... get rid of that. Big scrum from the Ospreys. I mean, actually, we're in our own half here. So Myler's going to have to kick this one to touch. But Ospreys growing a bit into this game. Growing a little bit. Changed for Leinster. James Lowe comes on. James Lowe is on. It also looks like Rhys Ruddock is coming on as well. So Leinster bringing on the very experienced boys. So Dave Carney's day is done. And he is off. The rain is absolutely chucking it down at the minute. Too much sloppiness from both teams. Absolutely agree. Ospreys, though, grown into this game. Great team. Yeah, great team back in the day. Ospreys are growing into this one. Rhys Webb has to use this ball now. Ospreys on the 10-metre line of Leinster, just inside their half. Kieran Williams carries. Advantage to Ospreys again. Another penalty. Dan Evans looks a little kick through. Has Keelan Giles been obstructed by James Lowe? No, so offside. So penalty to the Ospreys. It's in a fairly kickable position. It's going to be interesting here what the decision from the Ospreys is. Are we going to go corner? Or are we taking the points? I don't see the point going for the points, to be honest. I think we go to the corner at this point. Dooley is on for Healy in the front row as well. Ruddock is on for Maloney for Leinster. Those changes have just been confirmed. 25 minutes to go. Ospreys are going to the corner. Right, this has got to be a good kick. Our driving maul and our scrum has been pretty solid over the last few minutes. It's a fairly decent kick, about 8-9 metres out. So big chance here. If we get a try here, it changes the narrative of the game for sure. Ospreys rigging the changes, and great to see. Got to give a mention to this guy. Dan Lydiot is back on the pitch. Back on the pitch for the first time in over a year after his injury problem. So good to see him back. I'll confirm the changes as they go through for you. But Ospreys bringing 4 or 5 new players on. Sean Cronin is on for Leinster as well. First line out for Elvis Tyone. Big line out here. Got to win this ball. Got to win it. We do win it. Lovely. So Cronin is on for Tracy in the front row for Leinster. Ball is there for the Ospreys, though. About 8 metres out. Going through the phases. Rhys Webb on the wraparound. Kieran Williams carries well. Need support. Well taken by Webb. He throws it back. Protect him, protect him, protect him, protect him. Tyone's on for Sam Parry in the front row. Rodri Jones is on for Nicky Smith in the front row. And Henry's on for Tom Botha in the front row as well. So those changes have gone through. Dan Lydiot is also on, but I'm not sure who's he on for at this point. I think he's on for Ethan Roots, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Ospreys here was still with the possession, though. Yeah, 200 appearances for Sean Cronin. What a achievement for him. He used to be in and about the Irish squad, didn't he? But he's kind of fallen out of favour over the last few years and doesn't start for Leinster, does he, anymore? So here come Ospreys. Kieran Williams. Ospreys trying to be patient here, but nothing's really happening. Leinster defence is just so good. 11 phases for the Ospreys now. They have actually been pushed back about a good 10 metres here. Ball is there, though. Decent speed of ball as well. Lovely hands here. Lovely inside step from Kieran Williams. Makes a few metres. 9 metres out now. Ospreys. Oh, that's a heck of a hit on Henry. Ball is there, though, for the Ospreys. This is our best part of the game so far. Chance. Should have released the pass. Good defence though from Leinster. Still about 8 metres out here. We've probably done about 15 phases. And as I say that, Ospreys managed to lose the ball and Leinster have it. And there's a chance here. Oh, they're going for the cross kick. It's a lovely kick into the hands of Harry Byrne. And James Lowe is in the open here. James Lowe against Luke Morgan. Who's going to win? Oh, Luke Morgan's been absolutely done. And James Lowe, I think, is going to run in the full length of the pitch. And he is. And Leinster score. And that will be the game. An incredible try from Leinster. Ross Byrne noticing the space in his own 22. Goes to the cross kick. And James Lowe runs the length of the field and scores. And well, ladies and gentlemen, after all that hard work from the Ospreys, it's not going to count for anything, unfortunately. It's a loose pass from Webb, but of course the conditions don't help. The cross kick from Byrne comes in. It's a wonderful step from James Lowe, but I think Luke Morgan has to do more. He has to go lower. He's going too high. If you're going that high with one arm and you're the size of Luke Morgan, you're not going to stop him. Look, take nothing away from the step from James Lowe. It's a lovely pass from Harry Byrne as well. But I think Luke Morgan needs to go lower on that one. Lowe's to go. He's a great player, isn't he? He's fantastic. That is game over. 20 points to 0. Now Leinster, with just over 20 minutes to go, will be looking to get that bonus point. And it's frustrating as Ospreys, because that was probably our best patch of the game. And a chance here for Ross Byrne to make it 22 points to 0. Folks, if you're just joining, by the way, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you've already done that, please do like, of course. Let me know your thoughts in the chat as we go along. If you'd like to support the channel financially, you can do a super chat in the chat. Again, there's absolutely no pressure to do that. It's just very much appreciated if you want to, of course. But Leinster here look very comfortable now as Ross Byrne adds the 2 points. And so Leinster here lead by 22 points to 0. And after the Ospreys have probably had their best period of the game, Leinster now leading by 22 points to 0. And as I said, it certainly is game over now. I mean, it's a lovely step from James Lowe, but Luke Morgan just has to go lower on that for me. He just has to go lower on that. And that will be the game for sure. So 20 minutes to go, though. And it's really frustrating because that try comes straight after Ospreys have made the changes. We made the changes, thought they'd make a difference. They seem to make a difference, and then just one simple mistake. And that's what Leinster do. They punish you. I don't know why Webb is flying out there. Oh, it's a lovely offload from James Lowe, but it has been knocked on. Gareth Anscombe is on for Stephen Myler. So he was released from the Welsh camp, hasn't played yet in the Six Nations, I don't think. So he is on for the Ospreys. That change has gone through. Bit of kicking going on now. Dan Evans wins that one on the Leinster 10-metre line. I mean, if we are to do anything in this game, we've got to score in the next 2-3 minutes, get something on the board. Oh, lovely snipe from Rhys Webb, breaks through. Who's he got with him? Steps inside. Oh, lovely try from Rhys Webb. Vintage Rhys Webb out of absolutely nowhere. And Rhys Webb has just sniped round the breakdown like he's done so many times over the years for Wales and for the Ospreys. Throws the dummy, notices that it's 2 forward, has to beat his man, steps on his outside, and it's a lovely finish from Rhys Webb. And Ospreys finally get something on the board. Is it going to be too late? Maybe. But that is brilliant, absolutely brilliant step from Rhys Webb, who sends Luke McGrath back to the changing rooms with that step. But is it too little, too late? And that is the big question, isn't it? Anscombe with the chance to have the 2 should definitely be getting this. So 7 points to 22 now as Anscombe has the conversion. I mean, it's probably too much, really. I mean, it is too much, but it's something to work from. It's come really from nothing. It's a brilliant step from Rhys Webb. And Ospreys have their first points on the board. We did it last year. We completed an amazing comeback. But I think Leinster's team is just a bit stronger this year. So Rossburn gets us back underway. Michael Collins picks it and kicks. Keeps it in field, which is an odd decision, I must say. There have been some more changes. We'll confirm them once they've gone through. Sean Cronin bursting through the gap. This game has really opened up. Good tackle from Webb. Keelan Giles, sorry. There has been changes, and I will confirm them for you. And that's been knocked on by Leinster. So the change for Leinster, McCarthy has come on for Luke McGrath. So that change has gone through. For Leinster, that change has happened. Ryan Baird knocking it on there. So it will be a scrum to the Ospreys. And the Ospreys have had the dominance of the scrum over the last couple of ones. So we'll have to wait and see. That scrum is not good whatsoever. And they're going to have a reset. And I think, yeah, it's on this side. Ospreys struggling quite a bit on this side. Go low like my wife. Oh. No comment. No comment whatsoever. So 15 minutes to go ish. How do I move on from that? So McCarthy on for Luke McGrath. That's the change gone through there. Penalty to Leinster at the scrum. Ospreys penalised, not driving straight. And they've decided to take it quickly here. Oh, it's been knocked on by Leinster. And again, knocked on. So a scrum to the Ospreys. And there, just completely took his eye off the ball there. The problem now for Ospreys is this is just time wasting. It's just slow. Really, you just want an outcome from these scrums. We can get down the field and try and play from there. So scrum on our own 22. Rhys Webb to feed it. Penalty to Leinster at the scrum again. I think Henry's been penalised. No, it's Tom Both who's been penalised. That's a big, big penalty. What are Leinster going to do? They're going to go for the bonus point here. They're just going to take the points. They're going to go for the bonus point. They're going to go to the corner. So it's not the greatest kick, actually, from Rossburn. But they want the bonus point. Tian Thomas Wheeler is coming on for the Ospreys. Again, not sure who for. We'll find out in due course. Driving more set up. Ospreys have done pretty well at the minute. Whether it's completely legal, it's beginning to move for Leinster here. 5 metres out. They have been pushed off, I think. I think it's going to be a line out to the Ospreys. It is. Ashley is on for Bradley Davis in the second row for the Ospreys. So that change has gone through. Ospreys holding Leinster out there. So line out to the Ospreys. 1. Oh, lovely cheeky dummy there. Don't mind a bit of that. Reece Webb will clear it downfield. And it's not actually that great a clearing kick. I thought it was better than that. Folks, don't forget about this tomorrow. We're going to be doing this tomorrow. Dragons against Ulster. We're going to be going live at 1:45. So it's just going to be just after lunch. So once you finished your lunch, why not come and join us for this one? It's going live at about 1:45 with kickoff at 2 p.m. So looking forward to this. It's going to be joined by Stephen Somerville from Stephen Somerville Irish Rugby. Of course, he's an Ulster fan. So he's going to be joining me for that one. Once the stream ends, it will automatically load into that. So once the stream does end, just click the reminder on that and you'll be notified when we go live tomorrow. So really looking forward to that. Leinster on the attack once again. Dunn is on for Ryan Baird in the back, in the locks, and Clarkson is on for Alan Latoa in the front row for Leinster. So both teams really using their benches now as you head towards the final 10 minutes. There's about 12 minutes to go. So Leinster in the Ospreys 22, an advantage as well. And there could be a real chance here to get that bonus point that they want. Oh, is that deliberate? No, that's not deliberate knock on. He's gone for that Anscombe, I think. He's not going to give him a yellow for that, is he? We're going to have a look at this. I can't believe they're having a look at this. Anscombe's clearly gone for that with 2 hands. I'm really shocked that they're going to have a look at this. There's, in my book, being fair now, try not to be biased. I mean, I need to see it again. My initial reaction was that he's tried to catch her with 2 hands. He's gone for it with 2 hands. Let's have a look here. Oh, he's gone for it with 1 hand. You absolute muppet. Yeah, he's going to the bin for that. He's not going to catch that. Is it a penalty try as well? You could argue. I think this is going to be potentially even a penalty try because he goes for the ball with 1 hand, hits his hand. I think it's Lama who's on his outside who would have scored. So I think Anscombe is going to be in the bin here. If I was a Leinster fan, I would be screaming for a yellow card and a penalty try. As an Ospreys fan, I think a penalty is fair. I don't think he's given anything for it. Oh, wow. He hasn't given anything for that. That is crazy. No pen, try. There is cover. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, they've gone to the corner again, though, here with a 1.5 minutes on the clock. They need to restart it, but I don't know. If that happened to Ospreys, I would want a yellow card and a penalty. That's what I would want. The driver maul set up here, though, by Leinster. Peeling off the back is Sean Cronin going for the corner, but he has been pushed out into touch. Great defence from the Ospreys. Trying to hold them out here. 1.5 minutes to go. Cody loves the Irish. You got to support your team. You got to support your country. Of course you do. Great defence. Keelan Giles with a hell of a tackle on James Cronin. I'm just going to go put something in the oven. Sounds strange, but we'll watch this. If anything happens, I'll shine. Nothing did happen, so we're all right. So Ospreys here. Oh, not helping ourselves. It's been turned over by Leinster. They're about a metre out here. This is not good. Leinster coming through the forwards. I need a shave. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it eventually. I think they might have scored. Have they done it? I think they're going to have a look at it. Look like Chabal. Haven't heard that name for many a year. Sebastian Chabal. I think we're going to have a look at this. Yeah, we're going to have a look at this. Could be the fourth try for Leinster. Or maybe we're not having a look at it. No, I don't think we are. Yes, we are having a look at it. Has he managed to get the grounding? Okay, I'm not seeing it down. Yeah, he's got it down. He's got it down. There's a grounding there. As long as that's over the line, then I see a clear grounding there. We need to see if this is over the line. If it is, he's got a clear grounding, so it's going to be a try. I don't know how clear it is, though. Depends what the referee's asked. If he's asking for is there no reason I can give the try, then it's different. But if he's asking, if he's saying on-field decision, no try, then that's different. It's a difficult call. 10 minutes to go. So no try given. Leinster still looking for that bonus point. Of course, Ulster are top of the URC at the minute and are playing tomorrow, and you'd think they'd probably get a result at Dragons. So held up by the Ospreys. Gareth Anscombe will get us going again. James Lowe, here we go. Oh, ball bouncing everywhere. Leinster do just about manage to retain possession on the 10-metre line of the Ospreys here. 9 minutes to go in this one. Looking for that bonus point. Game's gone for an Ospreys point of view, but Leinster will really want that bonus point. I would have expected it at the start of the game. And they begin to go through the phases here, looking dangerous. Oh, and knocked on by Leinster. It is Harry Byrne who's knocked it on. I mean, the weather doesn't help, but it's going to be a scrum to the Ospreys. Took his eye off the ball. Very basic thing in rugby. Got to keep your eyes on it. That will be frustrating for him. Penalty to Leinster, though, at the scrum. I mean, what is going on in the scrum? The scrum's completely gone. Tom Bota, again, penalised at the scrum. That's the third one he's given away, I think. I mean, Leinster have to go to the corner again. 7.5 minutes to go. This just shows how ruthless Leinster are. They're so desperate to get this bonus point now. Ross Burns sends it into the corner. So it's going to be another line out about 10 metres out. Sean Cronin will feed it. Will the Ospreys challenge? No. Driving maul set up. Sean Cronin at the back. This has got a bit of momentum behind it. Where's he going? Goes down. Advantage to Leinster now. 5 metres out. They really need this fourth try. McCarthy goes alone. Tackled though. 2 metres out now. Trying to get to the line here. They're literally a metre out. They're camped on the Ospreys line. And they've got there, and they have their fourth try. Who's got it? That's the big question. Who scored? Oh, I don't know who's got under that, under the bodies. But it is a try for Leinster nonetheless. They've got their bonus point that they've wanted. And they lead here by 27 points to 7. And finally, Leinster get that bonus point that they wanted so badly. Referee was right on the spot. Chance for Ross Burns to push them towards the 30-point mark. 5.5 minutes to go. Fair play to Leinster. Eventually, been knocking at the door for a while. A bit of both, bit of Ospreys' defence being pretty solid, and a bit of Leinster, knocking it on. Conditions aren't great at all, really, for this one. So Ross Burn with a chance. He's missed one kick today, hasn't he? One kick he's missed. And he slots it between the posts, and Leinster extend their lead. Leinster 29, Ospreys 7. And it's just powered over from a metre out there. Just way too much power for the Ospreys. And Leinster have got their bonus point. Ospreys goes back underway. The weather played a part in the Evers, yeah, it did, and it hasn't helped at all from both sides. From both sides. What's my prediction for tomorrow? Well, it's Dragons Ulster, isn't it? I think Ulster will win. Both sides are fairly strong, to be honest. I've gone fairly strong for this one. I'm going to say Ulster will win 20. I think Ulster will score a few tries. So Ulster 25, Dragons 13. Something along them lines, I'm going to say. I think that's how it's going to be, I think. But it should be a good one. It'll be an open game because both teams like to run with the ball a lot. Actually, let me do something quickly. Let me have a look what the weather is going to be like tomorrow in Newport. Tomorrow, it's going to be a wet one tomorrow. Very wet. And strong winds as well. Maybe not the free-flowing game that we want, but we'll have to wait and see. He is indeed. The Dragons have made some really good signings over the last couple of years. And, I mean, the regions are all making some good signings. Malachi Fekitoa is going to... no, he's going to Munster. Flip, what's the guy's name who's going to Scarlets? Oh, Jesus, can't remember his name. Yeah, let me find out. This will bug me. Where are you? Dragons, Scarlets. Obviously, Bradley Roberts is going to the Dragons next year from Ulster, so he's moving there. You've got, gosh, can't be that long ago. Where is it? Oh, via Fafita, of course, is going to the Scarlets, so that's happening. So there's a lot of good deals happening across the regions. So next season, I think they will be a bit more competitive. But yeah, JJ Hanrahan is a good signing. And Dragons have an okay squad. Their backline is actually really good, and they've got some good young players there. So it'll be an interesting game tomorrow. It'll be an open game, I hope. I hope it doesn't rain quite as much as they're predicting. We'll have to wait and see. Advantage here, though, to the Ospreys, just inside the half of Leinster. 29 points to 7. About a minute and 40 seconds to go. Can Ospreys get a second try or something else from this game? There've been moments for the Ospreys where they've looked good, but just not been clinical enough. I think Carberry will go back to Leinster when Sexton retires. I don't know. Maybe, or, I mean, there's a lot of excitement around Harry Byrne, isn't there? The question mark would have to be, is he a centre or is he a 10? That would be the question, obviously, is what's his best position? And again, who knows how long Sexton's going to go on for? People have been talking for years saying he's too old, and yet he's performing at some of the best we've seen him play in a very, very long time. I still think he's got until that next World Cup in him. I think he's got World Cup 2023 in him. After that, depending on how Ireland do, you know, we'll have to wait and see on that one. A couple of sore bodies out there. We're into the final, well, we're heading towards the final minute. Job done for Leinster from their point of view, of course. Ospreys are going to go to the corner here. So, very good kick from Ascom, actually, about 8 metres out here. Can Ospreys get a second try? It's not been the greatest game, but Ospreys have not been smashed, and Ospreys have lost the line out. It's just as I say that. It's not a great kick from James Lowe, though. He's made about 5 metres, so it's a line out about 10 metres out from the Leinster try line. So, I mean, Ospreys clearly want this final try. Give Italy a World Cup. I would love that. Yes and no. I should have actually asked that to them today, but yes, because it helped grow the sport, but no as well, because if it's your World Cup, one thing you don't want to happen is to be embarrassed at your own World Cup. You never want that as a host of a World Cup. I mean, it happened to England in 2015, which is quite funny, but maybe. Because the next one is in France, and then 2027 hasn't been decided yet, I don't think. Let me double check. Rugby World Cup 2027. So the announced bidders are Australia have bid for the 2027 World Cup. The US were going to, but it seems like they're not going to now. Argentina had bid, but they've pulled out, and Russia also bid, but they've pulled out. So it looks like it's going to go to Australia. I know they're campaigning pretty hard for it. And that is the full-time whistle, ladies and gentlemen. It's been kicked off by Harry Byrne, and Leinster have won here 29 points to 7. That is the full-time score. A pretty comfortable win in the end for Leinster. They didn't run away with it, but a fairly comfortable win nonetheless. They get their bonus point, which is what they would have wanted, and they will move on now to next week. I'm going to just quickly drop a link in the chat for tomorrow's stream. Let me do that now. There we go. That's in the chat now. So do join me live on YouTube for that, Facebook or Twitch, whichever one you want to. Let's have a look. I say USA for the Rugby World Cup host. I think they will target the 2031. That's what I'm hearing. And I've got quite a few friends in America who follow rugby quite well. A lot. They watch Major League Rugby, of course, and they think that 2031 makes the most sense. It looks likely like Australia are going to get the 2027. I know they've been campaigning really, really hard for it. And I think they haven't hosted one since 2003, so I think that's what they would want. Just looking at the table now, Leinster have gone top by 4 points, but Ulster can jump above them if they, of course, beat Dragons tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, do join me tomorrow for the Dragons. Also, the other results from the weekend: Munster 34-20 Edinburgh. The Sharks beat the Bulls 29-22. Stormers beat the Lions 32-10. That was played prior. And then tonight we have Scarlets against Connacht. We have Glasgow against Benetton later tonight. And then obviously tomorrow we got Dragons against Ulster. So do join me live for this tomorrow. Go live at about 1:45 with kickoff at 2 p.m. Be joined by Stephen Somerville. So make sure to get involved in that. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to grab some food. I'm going to settle down and watch one of those games. Don't forget, as I said, I dropped a link before in the chat to that Italian rugby article on the issues in the Italian rugby. Do go have a read of it, because the podcast is going to drop tomorrow night with the guys who wrote that. It's a really interesting podcast. And then later on next week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, we got a promotion and relegation special video coming out with fans from Georgia. We got Ireland and we got Italy on there, and Scotland and myself on there. So that's coming out on Tuesday. And then we'll have all the build up towards the Six Nations, of course. And what a weekend it's going to be. But I'm going to leave it there, folks. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Twitch. If you're not yet headed over to the Twitch channel, I'd massively appreciate it if you could do, because I am going to be doing some more gaming over there, not just Rugby 22, but I am going to do different games on there instead of just doing Rugby 22 and watch along. So I'll drop a link in there now. So please do give that a follow, massively appreciated if you can do. And I will be back tomorrow for Dragons against Ulster. Massively appreciate you joining me tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it. The game wasn't the greatest, but we got there in the end. I'll see you tomorrow for Dragons against Ulster. Take it easy. Stay safe out there. It's pretty dangerous with the weather at the minute, and I will catch you soon. Take it easy. Peace.